I'm Patrick Woodcraft, host of the Eco Living Summit. And it's crazy to be hosting an event like this, and people are asking, how did that happen? How did the Eco Living Summit come to be into being, and how did I come to be hosting it? And it's really cool, and I thought I'd just take a moment to share now to kind of put it all into context and perspective for you, so you can see where I'm coming from and why this work's so dear to my heart. It all started with a conversation with my sister, maybe over a year ago now. And she's smart, she's well connected in her community, she works with council, she runs events, and it's her job to have her finger on the pulse with what's happening locally, but also what's happening globally. And she was telling me, just point blank, matter of fact, there's no question about it, Pat, humanity is not going to make it, we're not going to survive. We've passed this tipping point and no one's backing off the gas, we're all doomed, basically. And I went, she's my own sister, right? So I said, what's your response to that? How do you live from that point of view? And she said, well, first of all, she's not going to have any kids because she feels it would be irresponsible to bring children into a world that's fundamentally doomed. Oh, that's pretty heavy. And, she said, I'm not going to go out on any big environmental crusade and try and save the world because that's futile. I'm also not going to go and make things worse than they could be. I'm not going to, try and, bring on the destruction sooner. So she's going to live out her life in relative peace. She's got her chooks in her garden and she rides her bike places and, just does her thing, and that's kind of it. So, really, it got me thinking though. I thought, well, what's my position on this? What's my response to that? And do I even believe that that's true? Are we going to make it? Are we doomed? And it really, some self-inquiry. And I decided that we're going to make it. That was it for me. I've already got 3 kids. It's too late for me to say I'm not going to have kids. And, what I really want for my kids is to be able to just play in the sunshine and fresh air, to be able to swim in beautiful coral seas with fish and coral, and swim in the ocean and explore jungles and rainforests that are just thriving with life. And for so many kids, that's not a reality that they're ever going to experience. That's impossible. The air in the cities is toxic. The rivers are polluted and full of death. The coral seas are dying. The ocean's full of plastic. The 90% of our rainforest are being carved down. Landfills out of control. There are, when you look at my sister's point of view, she's got a lot of really solid evidence to support her position. There's people on the planet right now, without, being too doom and gloom, the reality is there's people causing more death and devastation and destruction than has ever been possible in the entire history of humanity as we know it. And that's a sobering thought. But then I looked at, on the other side, I thought, well, there's people also alive right now who are consciously, intentionally causing more healing and rejuvenation and regeneration than has ever been necessary in the history of humanity as we know it. So I thought, well, where do I want to put my focus, my attention, and where are most people giving their energy? And if you look at mainstream media, they've got a role in our society to deliver bad news. Fundamentally, that's kind of the role that they've taken on. And I thought, well, who's delivering the good news? And who's shining the light on all the good stuff that's happening? And I thought, that's my place. That's where I play. So I got to connect with, these amazing legends, these heroes who are doing the work for the future of humanity. And I heard their stories, and I heard their challenges, and I went, this is the stuff that matters. And I realized I was being educated, I was being empowered, and I thought, well, people need to know this. How can I share their message with more people? And that's exactly how the whole Eco Living Summit came into being. And that's the whole point of this project, is to be able to empower and educate and inform and inspire more people to going, well, look, these guys are doing that. That's awesome. What can I do? How can I make a change? How can I make a difference? Because who you are matters. How you show up makes a difference. And you have a far greater impact than you would ever imagine. The beautiful part is that making the change for good is way easier than you think. It's more fun and certainly more fulfilling than people would ever give it credit for. So be empowered, be informed, get into this material, like it, share it, subscribe, get involved in the conversation, connect with me. Let's look at ways how together we're better, and when we work together, we can make this world a fabulous place for generations to come. That's my wish and my prayer, my hope for you. Join us on the front line of the radical transformation of society and culture for the future of life on Earth. I'm Patrick Woodcraft. See you on the summit. Bye for now.